Makes me wonder what sort of movie we're about to watch here. Top 5 movies of 2024. Let's go ahead and check this out. Hope there's not any trailers to this movie. Hey, all you moviegoers. 2024 was a really good year for movies. I made myself a top 5 list for you guys. I've been doing this for the last previous years. I've been on the station. And believe it or not, I'm almost up to my 8th year, which I think is really cool. So I've been, for the last 8 years, if you check out my previous videos, doing my top 5 favorite movies. Check that out. But now we're in 2024, and there were a lot of great movies. I gotta say, I had a really hard time adjusting this down to 5 movies. So towards the end of this video, I will show you those movies that came so close to appearing on this list. Okay, so with all being said, let's go ahead and start this list at number 5. This movie came out last September. It's called My Old Ass. I like that title. That's actually fun. But there's a reason behind the reason why it was named that. Aubrey Plaza, Maisie Stella are in this film. Maisie plays the younger version at 18, I believe, because she was about to go to college and she was leaving her family behind and everything. I see this movie as a coming-in-age film. This as well too. But the fun thing about this film is the fact she gets to see her future self, played by Aubrey Plaza. And when I really think about it, Aubrey's not really in the film as much, but she keeps on coming back, talking to her younger self. But the whole concept of this was really hit me hard, especially towards the end of this movie. It really gave a great message to all of you moviegoers who actually have seen this movie. If you haven't, then I do strongly recommend the movie. Okay, so moving down to number 4, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I know, this movie actually came out last month, and I was really surprised with these films, believe it or not. The first one was just all right, which came out, I think, about around 2017, 18, around there. Then the second one came aboard. I really enjoyed the second movie a lot. And if you know me a lot, I'm not a big fan of sequels, but this sequel, I surpassed the first one, as I was kind of hard to imagine that. But and then Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which just recently came out last month, this one is even better than the second. So this franchise keeps on getting better and better with great characters. Sonic and his friends appearing. Shadow is the new villain in this third one. And Keanu Reeves actually plays the voice of Shadow, which is pretty amazing. And the thing about this one too is you also have a villain of Jim Carrey, but you also see in the trailer this as well too, that Sonic actually teams up with his character. I'm not going to say too much for those who have not seen the film. I do strongly recommend it. The third installment is amazing, and I know for a fact this franchise will continue on to a fourth. Right? They even build it up. For those who leave for the credits, do not do that, especially with a movie like this. There's more stuff during the credits, the post scenes, I should say. And it really explains a lot what's going to happen in the fourth movie, which I know it's definitely going to happen. That's what they do at Universal, something like that. It's trying to get Sonic the Hedgehog of the ride there. That'd be cool at Universal Studios Hollywood, or the one out in Florida. That would be amazing, right? Wouldn't it? Okay, so moving to number 3. I love this franchise. This is another franchise, believe it or not. Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire. The new one that came out this last year in 2024 was a complete amazing movie. I can't believe how great these Godzilla movies keep on getting better and better, I gotta say. And I remember was it a Godzilla, the one that came in a little after 2000, believe it or not? How that created that TV series, believe it or not, on Apple TV. And now from there, it actually continued on from each Godzilla and Kong went back and forth. And now here we are with a second. Is this the second or third one? I should know that, shouldn't I? But it actually feels like Godzilla and Kong are iconic characters in that monster universe. And these two work so great together. And they had to face a new threat in this new empire, which I thought was really fun. So if you guys really like this new Godzilla vs. Kong movie that came out last year, The New Empire, leave a comment below. I'd like to hear what you guys. This franchise, I know both the movies I've talked about already are on franchise. Sonic the Hedgehog and Godzilla. So anyways, with excitement, we're not even at number 2 yet, but I'm about to go to number 2. Number 2 on my list is called The Wild Robot. Now, this is an animated movie that actually came out back in last September. This is well with My Old Ass. It was the same month. It was a really good month, I gotta say. And The Wild Robot, DreamWorks animated movie, it's about this robot that got abandoned into this forest and goes into this wilderness and finds out she's all alone. But on the fact of that, since she's a robot, it speaks all sorts of different languages, she meets those animal friends and becomes part of that forest. And it's just amazing texture of this film. The animation is so incredible. It's so breathtaking at the same time. And later on, after of course I've seen this movie, I heard this movie is actually a book series. And since the movie that's so impressively good at the box office, they are in the talks of working on the sequel to The Royal Robot. I'd love to see what the story actually goes from there. For those who have seen the movie, you probably got the idea. And if you read the books, then you actually get the general idea where it's going to go from there just as well too. Okay, so we are down to my number one movie. Give you a little time here to actually think about this. But everything on this list has been well worthy. And I even told you earlier on this as well too. There have been films that were so close to this making this list, and it's just these films in 2024 were real amazing, I gotta say. Okay, so with that being said, of course, I'm going to talk about my number one movie, which again is another franchise. Believe it or not, I know there's a lot of franchise movies on my list for last year, but with me saying that, do you have any idea what I'm about to say? If you thought Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, you are right. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I was really afraid to actually go to see this movie because if you didn't realize, this is the first movie Disney actually took over, because since they took over 20th century, they gave them the ability, they gave the writers and directors differently. And from the other movies as well too, from the previous, I think, was it Matt Reeves that actually did a War of the Planet of the Apes, which that was so amazing, how the way he closed those movies out. All those new ones after the first remake of, I should say, The Planet of the Apes that came out a while back, and then from there really developed those three films to make that trilogy. But now, is it a chance to do another trilogy? Would you be wanting to do that? But with this Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I was so on my seat the whole entire time. I think the movie was like 2.5 hours, and it really caught my attention a lot. I can't believe how good these films keep on getting better and better, and I'm really intrigued, believe it or not, if they will actually continue with this Planet of the Apes, which I probably think they probably will. But, okay, so what do you think about my list? We have at number 5, My Old Ass. Number 4, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Number 3, Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire. And number 2, The Wild Robot. And number 1, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, so if you can see over to the side, I don't want what side I'm going to put it on. These are other films that was so close to making my list. I really got to say 2024 was a really good year for the movies. So if you were to make a list of yourself, would you see any of these movies on your list for your top 5 movies? Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this list I made out for this year. And I would like to say, make sure to give me a thumbs up. You should probably saw this coming. Give me the thumbs up. And I'll see you guys next time, maybe at the movies. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate everything you guys have done with subscribing to this station. And also giving me all those views. This has been it's almost my 8th year. I'm going to say it's been an amazing 8 years with you guys. And I hope you continue to watch the station here on Rigovision. So I'll see you guys next time. And thank you for watching. Bye. Hey, this picture is only 8 minutes long. I'm glad it wasn't like a 3.5 hours of length of a Horizon movie. Okay, time to leave. Thank you for watching.